must have said 5 more minutes of sleep or some shit. Stop streaming. Yeah, that's good. What's on my show? Let's watch another movie. Like, if I just woke up, I would have time to, like, do other stuff. I could have watched the Superman movie and stuff. I woke up in time. It's been on the continue to payment button for like years. Why is it taking so long? That's not even like 30 minutes. That's like I've been on that same page for ages. It's usually excellent. Why is it not working?
The real culprit is friction, and it slowly erodes your progress. Unlike what most people believe, it isn't because of laziness or poor discipline, but it's a lack of direction and purpose that leaves you feeling stuck and overwhelmed. That's why the highest achievers set micro goals, small actionable milestones that lead to one big goal. But now the question is, how do you know what micro goals to set? Because planning a solid roadmap can take hours or even days. That's why I use an AI project planner called Motion. It creates all my micro goals for anything I want to achieve. Let's say I want to do a bodybuilding show in 6 months' time. I simply create a new project, prompted the details of my goal and when I want to achieve it by. Now Motion will give me a detailed breakdown of actionable steps to take, while even blocking out time in my calendar to make sure I hit my milestones along the way. Becoming a high achiever has never been easier, so try Motion for free today.
We're serving up summer at Dunnes Stores with a picnic spread to impress. Feast on a delicious Italian antipasti platter. Tear and share bread with camembert, or flaky pork and pancetta mini sausage rolls, and vibrant salads to keep things light. That's everything you need for picnic season at Dunnes Stores. Plus, you can save at the till with a 10 off 50 grocery voucher. Dunnes Stores, always better value.
And invent a sundial.
Mm-hmm.
You can track rising and setting points of the sun on the horizon and the moon and all of this. Okay, so you can do quite a bit. It was an homage to ancient peoples who didn't have telescopes.
Right.
There's a whole essay on that called "Stick in the Mud Astronomy." All right.
Mm-hmm.
Without access to frontier telescopes, you're not going to discover dim things, right? Because you're just not going to ever see them. Can't see them. However, there are more amateur astronomers in the world than there are professional astronomers. Okay?
Right, yeah.
And they all have like backyard telescopes. That's fine. Very accessible. They're looking up all the time. Amateur astronomers have famously and historically discovered comets.
Right.
Discovered supernova, although we have supernova surveys now that are very efficient. You might not be in line for that. But if you see something, say something. Okay? We have a clearinghouse because phenomena that comes and goes, we don't know about.
Right, right.
We can't, I have a telescope for one night and I'm looking and I go home. That's why we have the Vera Rubin telescope, which is basically going to be taking video of the universe, of the whole sky. So you can watch in case something shows up and goes away or disappears. You know what else we'll discover? Every one of Elon Musk's satellites coming across. That'll contaminate the data where we're trying to find out there's an asteroid with our name on it. So I'm a little worried about that.
So like Elon. So like him.
So what else you can do is you can, and there are coordinated groups that invest this effort. There are asteroids where we don't know how big they are. Okay? We don't have good sort of radar to asteroids.
Right.
So if we think an asteroid is going to come in front of a star and blot out its light, and you have people lined up on Earth to watch this, because how big are asteroids? There's 100 meters across, a few kilometers across, mile across, whatever. It's not thousands of miles across.
Right.
So you line people up on Earth, and some will not see the light of the star dim,
Right.
and other people will.
Yeah.
On each side. So only a narrow path of people will see the light dim, and that can tell you the size of the asteroid.
Mm-hmm.
But there are not enough amateur astronomers to do this. So everybody's got to line up, watch the object, keep good time, and do this. So yes, there's still things to do. But also, we have this citizen science projects. We're awash in data.
Yes.
And we say, we're looking for this, help us. I mean, we might put AI on it, but sometimes the human touch matters. And because not all AI is human yet. And so, yes, there are ways you can still contribute.
Very cool. There you go.
Okay, last one, real quick.
All right, this is Sharahi Raibi, who says, greetings, Dr. Tyson, Lord Nice. Currently reside in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I am a researcher and a graduate student in astrophysics. What possible aspects of our current model of the Big Bang Theory do you feel will be revised, considering the contradictions to the same by the latest James Webb Space Telescope observations?
Yeah, so the Big Bang is supported by so many different lines of evidence that if our galaxy models don't match what we see, chances are it's a problem with the galaxy models.
The models.
Yeah.
Right. Not the Big Bang itself.
Not the Big Bang itself.
The way we
The galaxies are
them out.
embedded within a much larger matrix of observations and data that have been affirmed by measurements over decades. So we think we understand galaxies. The whole point of the James Webb Telescope was to observe galaxies being born.
Right.
Because we don't fully understand that process. If we take what we think galaxies should be like, and they don't match it, you don't say toss out the whole Big Bang. You say maybe our understanding of galaxies is flawed.
There you go.
But saying our understanding of galaxies is flawed is very different clickbait from we need to rethink the Big Bang.
Right.
And so that's what we're all caught up in here.
Exactly. Okay.
It's clickbait.
Right. That's it.
That's what do you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
the same as the Bat Boy headlines, you know.
Oh, from the old days.
From the old days.
Well, the
Bat Boy found. Yeah, it's like a boy, half bat.
Right. So I forgot all about those. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the original clickbait.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so that's all we have time for, Chuck.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Knock out another one there.
That was fun.
Okay, got from all over Sydney,
everywhere,
and the Netherlands, the Netherlands.
We're global, baby.
All right, I'm liking it. Always good to have you, man.
Always a pleasure.
All right, this has been a Star Talk Cosmic Queries from my office here at the Hayden Planetarium of the American Museum of Natural History. As always, I bid you to keep looking up. I don't think we command dimensions.
Yeah, right.
We are prisoners within them. Take time, for example. We are a prisoner of the present.
Right.
Forever transitioning between our inaccessible past and our unknowable future. We don't wield this dimension, we live it. This is Star Talk. Neil deGrasse Tyson here, your personal astrophysicist. We're doing Cosmic Queries today with Chuck Nice, of course. Lord Chuck Nice. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
All right. What's the topic today?
Let me see. They did not put one down here. It's a grab bag then.
Grab bag.
Grab bag.
Reach in the bag, pull out
whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Yep.
It bites back. There it is. All right, we get right in it.
Yeah.
No hesitation. And I might, if I don't know an answer, I'm going to say, don't look at me like that. Just.
I was about to say I'm waiting for that to happen, but it did act. Oh no, it didn't. So in another explainer, you said I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. And then halfway through your explanation of I don't know, you went, wait a minute, and then you gave the answer.
Okay.
So thus far, in all the time that we've been doing this,
all right,
You have never not had an answer.
Okay, so let me clarify that other one. When I realized what the answer was,
Right.
I was repeating what I had heard from a colleague,
I understand.
and it didn't come from a deep understanding from within myself. So I don't count that as
did you
me answering a question.
What are you talking about? You don't count that. You
No,
gave
because
an answer.
Because I'm aping comments from someone else, and so it's not genuine. I'm just relaying
No. If
information.
somebody asked me, do you know how aspirin works? I'd be like, hell no. But do you need one? Because I have them. Okay. I don't need a deep understanding of aspirin to know that
Okay.
I can give you one.
All right.
Right? So
All right.
no, that doesn't count.
All right.
All right. Anyway, now, see, I shouldn't do this because now at some point I'm gonna ask you a question. You'll be like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
Next
know.
one.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Go.
All right, here we go. This is Cicero Artefan.
Cicero?
Cicero.
Isn't that name from like 1,000 years ago?
Yeah,
or something?
it's certainly.
Is there Emperor Cicero or something?
Cicero. And Artefan, like, really brings it home.
This is badass.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I am Cicero Artefan.
Once you say that, there's nothing anybody can...
Exactly.
That's the end of the conversation.
Oh my God, that's right. Cicero Artefan, prefect of the Northern Territories.
And I don't even know what prefect is, but it sounds badass.
Yeah, of
you know
course,
it
right?
meant something.
You
right.
know exactly.
Okay. Prefect Cicero. What do you have?
Yeah, he says, hey, Dr. Tyson.
But Cicero was the name of the servant of the gladiator who got hanged from his horse.
Really?
At the end. I think his name was Cicero.
Cicero. Oh, cool.
I could be wrong.
All right,
I could be wrong.
that'll work.
All right.
I do not know.
Okay, you didn't see Gladiator?
Oh, the movie with what's his face?
Yes,
that
actor.
guy.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yes.
Oh.
I think his
servant
was
Cicero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. But okay,
By the way, just still a great movie.
one of the best ever.
It's just awesome.
Ever.
Like,
On every level.
Cicero Artefan from Toronto, Canada here. How do we entangle particles? It's mentioned that when we measure one particle, we instantly know the measurement of another. But how exactly do we entangle them? Is it a matter of taking two particles, entangling them, placing one in a box, shipping them to a different city, and then conducting the measurement? How do we know they are entangled?
Oh, because they are born together.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh, so there's a state of existence,
Right.
of a pocket of energy or matter, and if you create two particles out of that state, the two particles have complementary properties,
Okay.
which when combined equal the properties of the conjoined state.
Right.
When you separate them, they take properties of that state with them.
With them.
Okay, and then they go apart,
Right.
and then they are quantum mechanically entangled.
Gotcha.
Thenceforth, but they're born together. You can't.
Right. You can't. You
Entangle.
don't go recruit particles.
No.
No.
Hey, you want to get entangled?
You gotta- right. Yeah. What you doing later, man?
Later.
Oh, why
You want to
yes.
get entangled?
We're gonna get a drink and then get entangled. You know. So yeah. Yeah. So
that's
born
how-
together. That's
born
the
together.
Deal.
And the tricky part is if you meddle with one of the particles in the slightest way,
Right.
then it just you collapse what's called collapsing the wave function. They're entangled because their waves overlap,
Right.
and they have a common knowledge of each other.
Right.
And if you make any measurement at all, the way we say it, without declaring that we truly know what the hell is going on here,
Right.
the wave function collapses and it becomes the discrete individual particles, and they're no longer entangled.
That's really cool.
Right.
That's amazing.
Right, and that entanglement, they communicate with each other instantly.
It's instantly.
Yeah, it's
right.
not even about the
But,
speed
yeah,
of light.
not even the speed of light, just instantly.
Instantly.
Yeah.
It's mysterious.
Yeah. But still not a way to send information, which is
No, you can't. Yeah, no.
why wouldn't you be able to send information?
If there's a way to do it, no one's figured it out yet.
Okay,
but
and that's the way you should say it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'm a scientist, that's
right,
the right
that's,
way to say
that's
it.
the right way to say it.
right now, so we want to send information. Am I sending information in a locked box, and then the box opens when you get it?
Right.
In a way, but when you send information, it's because you learn something and you want to alert your troops or alert your friend.
Right.
At that point, you're not opening a portal through the space-time continuum to
And
send
send
in information.
Right.
You're not doing that
Gotcha.
at that point. So We're still thinking it through.
All right, cool.
By the way, we have a quantum entanglement gap between the United States and China. They've been quantum entangling more than we have, and they have the distance record for it.
Oh, I understand.
Like from orbit to Earth's surface.
Right,
this sort of thing.
right.
Yeah. They found a way to isolate the particles so that they don't get messed with.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then.
So if it matters in the future, who has the biggest quantum entangled distance?
Mhm.
We're going to lose that. We're going to lose it.
Yeah, what did America? Now you know.
That is.
Listen, can't let somebody out entangle you. That's the deal. All right, Ernesto Medina.
Man, where these names come from?
I love it. I'll tell you where
Ernesto.
Ernesto. I am Ernesto Medina.
Meet my friend.
Oh, I take it back. He goes, "Hi everyone, Ernesto from Cuba here." So it's like, Ernesto, I am Ernesto from Cuba.
So we have Cuba in there.
Yeah,
Very
he's
nice.
actually.
I was in Cuba a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
Very much enjoyed it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. He says, "Is it true that you get more wet when running in the rain than if you walk?"
Yeah. So that's a fun question.
Yeah.
And I've thought about that my entire life. And
Really?
yes.
I find that oddly surprising.
No. No, it's an interesting question because if you go slowly,
Right.
okay, then the rain just accumulates.
Right.
If you run fast and you're running into raindrops.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
So while I did not arrive at a definitive answer, I arrived at an answer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It depends how fat your head is and what your cross-section frontal body is.
Right.
Okay? Because if you walk in the rain, the only part of you that's getting wet is the part that's falling directly on top of you, so your shoulders and the top of your head.
Hence the umbrella.
And so you get you want to, if you have an umbrella, you want to send it away from you. Okay.
Right.
So you get that area,
Right.
and you look at the raindrops per minute that's hitting that area, and how fast you're walking across the street. You can calculate that and get a total number of raindrops that you hit if you go slow. If you go slowly enough, you're not going to hit rain in front of you.
Right.
It's all just going to come to you.
Right. Exactly.
Now, if you run, rain is still going to hit you on your head and shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
but for not as long.
Right.
But now you have your entire surface area of the front of your body that's running into falling raindrops.
Right.
So you have to calculate those two,
Mm-hmm.
and because the rain, let's assume it's all falling at approximately the same rate, because it's gravity and
Right.
air resistance and the right. So it's really a matter of how far you're going, how fast are you going,
Right.
how fat is your head, and what is your frontal cross-sectional area. And those two operate against each other in the equations, and so you solve the simultaneous equations, and then you get, it's called in calculus, a minimization problem,
Okay.
okay? And you use the tools of calculus to either minimize or maximize something.
Okay.
And typically you have two equations that are operating in opposite ways,
Right.
and it's the middle
where
of
they
those two,
intersect.
where they intersect.
That's
It's not much different from in economics,
Right.
where you have the supply
and demand,
and they're both
curves
going in different
come
directions.
together. Right.
Because the higher the price, the lower the demand.
Exactly.
And there's a point where the right price and the right demand maximizes it.
And that's your point of equilibrium. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No, your point of maximum
profit. Right.
Okay.
That's right. So that's
maximum revenue, I should say. Your profit.
right. Your profit
whatever.
is dependent on everything. Other
How much you pay your
factors.
elves.
Exactly. Which is nothing.
Nothing.
That's right. Yeah.
I wonder if there's an elf union up in the North Pole.
Now you know Santa Claus would never stand for that. You know, dog.
And you know they need a union.
You know they need a
You
union,
knew-
and he
you know
would
they-
never stand for
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
Let me tell you something.
You're right.
There are several upstart elves buried in the snow. That is all I'm saying.
So in global warming, we'll see their ears first
Exactly.
emerge from the
Right,
from
that's
the,
it.
from the ice.
You know, little pointed ears coming up out of the ice. That one couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Is that what Santa sounds like?
That's what he sounds like in the North Pole. You know what I mean?
Waiting slave driver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
all right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shut your trap and get back to work. All right, here we go. This is Adam Weiler. He says, "You say that on Earth we don't experience physics like the rest of the universe."
I've never said that, but go on. I don't know where I've said exactly the opposite of that.
Oh.
In fact, I have an entire essay titled "On Earth as It Is in the Heavens."
Ooh. Okay.
In fact, it's a chapter in my Death by Black Hole book.
Okay.
I don't know what this man is saying.
Well,
but we'll hear him out anyway.
No, listen. That was it. He said he was upset.
On earth as it is in heaven.
He says, you say that on earth we don't experience physics like the rest of the universe. Why would things be different? That's what he says.
Okay.
This is Adam Weiler.
I will offer Adam an answer, even though he didn't pay any attention to anything I said or wrote. Okay.
Exactly. First of all, here's the answer. Adam, get your damn facts straight.
Okay.
Okay, that's number one. You know I ain't say nothing.
Wait. So in fact, I'm gonna have to.
What you got? What we doing? What are we going? For those of you listening, Neil is getting up and moving about his office.
Okay.
What do we got?
I have in my hand
Death by Black Hole.
by Black Hole.
All right.
And all I'm going to do is read the first paragraph of that chapter. Okay, it's chapter freaking 2 of this book.
Okay.
Okay? On earth as it is in the heavens. Until Isaac Newton wrote down the universal law of gravitation, there was little reason to presume that the laws of physics on earth were the same as everywhere else in the universe. Earth had earthly things going on, and the heavens had heavenly things going on. Indeed, according to many scholars of the day, the heavens were unknowable to our feeble mortal minds. The universality of physical laws drives scientific discovery like nothing else. Gravity was just the beginning. Imagine the excitement among 19th century astronomers when laboratory prisms, which break light beams into a spectrum of colors, were first turned to the sun. Spectra were not only beautiful, but also contained oodles of information about the light-emitting object, including its temperature and composition. Chemical elements reveal themselves by their unique patterns of light and dark bands that cut across the spectrum. To people's delight and astonishment, the chemical signatures on the sun were identical to those in the laboratory and to those in stars across the galaxy.
Wow. In other words, it's the same no matter where you are.
Not only in space, but in time. Yes. So now that he's been chided, let me offer him a comment.
Okay.
A reflection on the... Okay?
We're talking to you, Adam.
We experience macroscopic laws of physics.
Okay.
Newton's law of gravity,
right?
Electricity, this macroscopic laws of physics. If we were really, really tiny, the world would look different to us.
Yes.
Because then we'd be experiencing the world of atoms and molecules.
Right.
And quantum physics rules in that regime.
Right.
Whereas macroscopically, quantum physics manifests as classical physics.
Gotcha.
Quantum physics is everywhere,
right?
But the detailed behavior manifests more readily on the small particles than a big particle. So, we thought, oh my gosh, the atom has electrons that orbit it, just like the sun has planets that orbit it. Maybe it's orbiting things all the way down.
Right.
Just a whole other little universe.
Right.
No, it's not. In fact, it still holds the word orbit, but we made a new word and call it orbital.
Right.
Okay, so electrons move in orbitals around the nucleus. But the orbit in that phrase comes from classical physics. So things are different when you're small, but when you're our size, no, same macroscopic
Same
physics.
deal, no matter where you are.
Correct.
There you go.
All right.
Actually, Adam, thank you so much for that question, because that was really cool. That was good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it meant he didn't actually.
I mean, he was incorrect in his assertions, but still, it was good.
It's an important thought that needs to be addressed.
Exactly. This is Troy. He says, hello,
Troy.
Neil. Just Troy from Virginia.
Troy.
He says, hello, Neil. Hey, Chuck. Troy from Virginia here. Can objects exchange dimensions with one another in a way that would be similar to thermodynamics or entropy? Ooh. Damn. Somebody was smoking some good weed, boy. Let me tell you.
So I don't think we command dimensions.
Yeah, right.
We are prisoners within them.
Yeah.
Take time, for example. We are a prisoner of the present.
Right.
Forever transitioning between our inaccessible past and our unknowable future.
Right.
We don't wield this dimension. We live it. So if one day we discover that we could detach a dimension from us,
right,
that would be an interesting world.
Amazing.
if you could give up like your depth instead, but keep your height and width.
Are you kidding me? I'd be slipping under every door
yes,
there
you
is.
could, and slip between the doorways.
That's right.
That would be a
Oh
thing.
my God! You know why I'm such in trouble? Because I fell between the cracks.
Chuck, you've been so two-dimensional lately. I don't know.
All right, we're being silly now.
But so it's a fascinating thought.
Yeah.
But I'm resistant to how real that could be.
Right.
Because everything we know about the dimensions keeps us prisoner within them.
Now, could it be that something like dark energy could be the pressure that we're experiencing from another dimension, since dark matter doesn't interact with anything that we know of?
I could say anything I wanted about dark matter and dark energy.
Right.
And
It wouldn't make one
you
bit
know,
of...
they're both completely mysterious
Yes.
entities. They're so mysterious that people have the urge to explain other mysterious things with
them.
With it.
Right.
But we don't understand consciousness. Must be dark energy.
You know what it is? It's the collective consciousness of everything that's ever been in the universe.
That's the dark
That's
energy.
the dark
Right,
energy.
Right. So
Okay.
it's fun headlines and good beer talk, but it's not good science to take something that you don't know and explain it with something that you know even less about.
That's such a great point.
It's just a simple.
And that is why I am not a scientist, because
you explain stuff all the time.
because that is no fun.
Because people I don't mind mysteries, but like
Right.
one at a time.
Yeah.
You want to stockpile mysteries and have them all be the same? No,
Yeah,
I can't
no,
do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, damn, that's great.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you, Troy. That was a great question. All right. Here we go.
I want another one from Cicero. Give me another.
Cicero Artefon, prefect of the Northern
Yeah,
Territories.
Cicero, come back to us.
Exactly.
When you were done conquering far lands,
Right.
come back with another cosmic query.
I have returned from battle with news from the front.
They didn't call it the front back then.
No, they
That's
didn't.
a World War I.
That's true. That is a World
with
War
news from the conquered lands.
Right. And there you go. Right.
Mhm. You ever wanted one of your questions on the universe answered? We all have questions about the universe. From black holes to quasars, quantum entanglement, wormholes. There is no end to the depths of cosmic curiosity. Well, the entry level of Patreon membership with Star Talk gets you just that. I think it starts at $5 a month. You have access to the question line that reaches our Cosmic Query programming. And not only that, we produce a special Cosmic Queries installment just for Patreon members.
So if you weren't the director of the Hayden Planetarium, what do you think you would be doing? What?
Okay, but this had to be another universe. It wouldn't
All right.
happen in this universe.
Okay.
I'd be a songwriter for Broadway musicals.
Ooh.
So that's the entry level, and the perks ascend from there. There's a level, in fact, where we send you an autographed copy of one of my latest books. Right now, it's Starry Messenger, Cosmic Perspectives on Civilization. And it's signed with my fancy fountain pen with purple ink. So I invite you to just check the link below. And all of that money goes to our ability to experiment with new ways of bringing the universe down to Earth. So thank you for those who've already joined. And we welcome others to participate in this grand adventure of what it is to bring the universe down to Earth. As always, keep looking up.
All right, here we go. This is Thomas Assurd. Hello, Dr. Tyson and Lord Nice. I am Thomas. I'm 24 years old, and I'm writing from southeast Norway. My question is, could we, in theory, of course, send a satellite into orbit, a black hole at a safe distance, launch a probe from said satellite, and use quantum entangled particles in the satellite to probe to get any kind of data when the probe enters the event horizon, or would it all turn to spaghetti and just be unuseful?
Wow. Man, what kind of fan base we have?
Listen.
How?
Listen, if we had the money, that's the way to do it, though. I mean, in terms of the probe. You
No,
know,
I'm just talking about how our people are
They're
thinking.
thinking.
What kind
That's
of brain
good stuff.
wiring is in our people?
This is good.
This is our people. Okay, so why does the probe have to orbit the Earth if it's going to visit a black
It's
hole?
orbiting the black
Oh,
hole.
it's orbiting the black hole. I missed that.
So we send the probe to the black hole.
Got it.
It's orbiting the black hole,
Got it.
but not at a distance where it can,
Be sucked in.
right.
Yeah, there's
It doesn't
always-
enter the gravitational pull of the
There are
black hole.
distances where there are no stable orbits, so you just stay outside of that.
Right.
Okay.
So then, now, what we do is we send a probe into the black hole,
Yes.
much like a probe going into a tornado,
Okay.
and we take as much information as it approaches the black hole
Yes.
until we can't get any information anymore. Now, here's his next question. Could we then use...
That would be cool. I would do that.
Okay.
I would totally do that.
We would totally
Yes,
do that.
yes.
All right, that's great. Now, the next part of the question was, and I think you already answered it earlier in the show, could we then use quantum entangled particles so that once we're in or past the event horizon where no information would be able to escape,
Other
we
than
would-
by Hawking radiation.
Hawking radiation,
Yes.
what we would then do is use the quantum entangled particles to receive information about what's inside the black hole the same way as they evaporate.
Okay.
One particle appears on the outside, the other one goes back in. So
Okay.
boom.
Okay. All that's happening is your particles are coming back out.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. There's
That's
and they used to be you, and now they're just particles. so that's the information. Oh, Chuck was made of protons.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He's
Okay.
not half the man he used to be.
Chuck is-
Damn particles. Chuck.
Yeah, so it's an interesting idea. We love to have an orbital thing just to get
Yeah.
close-up data. You got to watch out though, because if it gets too deep in there, we saw this correctly done in Interstellar, where if you get too close, your time frame
Time
gets
dilation.
so different.
Right.
So different. So I live a year, and you get 10 minutes of data you sent me.
Exactly.
Because for you, it's a long time.
Right.
But for me, up in the orbit, I'm not getting the data rate that would be useful to me.
Right. Okay.
So you can ask, isn't this a good use of telescopes? Why do I have to get all up on the black hole? Let me go a distance away and get a really big telescope and get all the data.
Just
I
get
want.
as much data as you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
Right. Okay. There you go.
Mhm.
All right. Here we go. This is our old friend Alejandro Reynoso, and he says, "Hello."
Would you stop? That's not.
Or should I say, hola?
That is not. Would you stop? Okay.
There
Go
he
on.
goes. What is your favorite discovery or invention that happened in your particular lifetime?
I swear he probably just has like a Brooklyn accent or
That'd be
something.
great. Hey, how you doing? I'm Alejandro Reynoso. Hey, how you doing, huh? What's going on? Listen, you know what? But I'm late, and my mom, she makes a great sauce. You know what I'm saying? Now, her gravy's amazing. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Well, listen, we're going home. We're gonna have some gabagool and a taco.
All right. So in my lifetime,
Right.
there's some discoveries that just slowly accumulate
Right.
and don't represent the work of a lone scientist burning the midnight oil. And these other categories of discoveries never make headlines because they just sort of leaked into our awareness and understanding from the body of work of dozens and sometimes hundreds of scientists. In my lifetime,
Okay.
this is how old I am, we learned
Right.
that, and though we haven't checked every galaxy, everyone we've ever checked has a supermassive black hole in its center.
Okay.
Enough so that we're going to say every big galaxy has a supermassive. That's a discovery in my lifetime. A. B. In my professional lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And this stuff when I was like 5. I don't care about that. Okay?
Right.
All right. But I was born after the discovery that the heavy elements that populate the universe, and including life on Earth, including us, derive from stars that manufactured them in the crucibles that are their cores, and then exploded, scatter that enrichment across the galaxy to enable nascent star systems to have the right ingredients to make planets, and then some planets make
I don't know. People.
people. Just spitballing here.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've existed in this world only in the era where we've known the origin of the chemical elements.
Look at that.
Okay, let's keep going. So discovered black holes, supermassive black holes in the centers of galaxies.
Right.
We've also tightened our understanding of the age of the universe. When I was in graduate school, the uncertainty to that number was a factor of 2.
Mm-hmm.
There was a camp that said, oh, the universe is 10 billion years old. Other camp says 20 billion years old. And that's a factor of 2. That's embarrassing.
That's terrible.
If you don't know how old you are to a factor of 2, go home.
That's bad news.
That's bad. Go home.
Yeah.
But we knew a factor of 2 is better than a factor of 100.
That's true.
Okay? And so for many of us, we were fine. We were in the right ballpark. Okay? So, over time, that has narrowed to, it's not 10 billion years, it's not 20 billion, it's 13.8. Okay?
Right.
And there's some uncertainty there still.
Of course.
But it's not a factor of 2 uncertainty.
Yeah.
So, questions that were of paramount significance and meaning in my lifetime have become just simple knowledge that everyone carries, and we're asking other questions about the universe.
Cool.
So if you had asked me in the 1980s, what's the most pressing question, it was the value of the Hubble constant and the age of the universe. And now nobody's asking that question. Not in the way we were asking it back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put those very high up.
That's
on
great.
that list.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Let's go to, this is Isaac Huerta. And Isaac says, hey, Neil, I appreciate everything you do. You continue to inspire and motivate me to educate myself and others. I was wondering, with black holes having an infinite density, what happens to the particles' activity living inside of it and their particle lifespans? So,
Well, I can answer that. We have no freaking idea.
yeah.
In
Right.
fact, so let me say it scientifically accurately.
Mhm.
You ready?
Go ahead.
All our knowledge of matter, motion, energy, and physics tells us that when mass collapses on itself,
Right.
so that it collapses smaller than what would become its own event horizon,
Okay.
thereby turning into a black hole,
hole.
there is no known force to prevent the collapse to infinite density in 0 volume.
Jesus.
Einstein said there's got to be something to prevent that.
Of course.
Something's got to save us
Yeah.
from ourselves
Right.
in this. We don't know what that is. We got top people working on it. These are the string theorists.
Right.
The top people who think about the singularity. That's called the singularity.
Exactly.
Who think about it at the center. And maybe there's a loophole. Is it just a mathematical singularity rather than a real physical singularity?
Mm-hmm.
So the jury's still out on that. But we got top people working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great
Because
question.
how can anything have 0 volume and infinite density?
How
I mean, they're related, of course.
right.
You know.
But still,
Yeah.
it's,
Mm-hmm.
believe me, you're asking the wrong guy here.
Yeah, but there was a day you could say, how could the universe have had a beginning? It clearly always was. There's a lot of how could something have happened, and then sure enough, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
How can particles pop into
Out
existence?
right?
How can that even?
Yeah,
That can't happen.
Yeah, right.
Just can't have things pop out of nothing.
Yeah,
Oh.
right. So for me, I never say that anything can't ever happen.
Right.
I'll just say we have not yet discovered whether it can.
Okay. So this is Fabio Latter.
No, Fabio.
That's Fabio.
Fabio, like the dude in the
with the hair.
with the
In
hair.
romance
With
novel.
the romance novel. Fabio romance novel.
Fabio.
Fabio.
He says
Fabio's fabulous.
Fabio, fabulous Fabio. He says, greetings, Dr. Tyson, hailing from Puyallup, Washington. Okay.
That's probably not how you pronounce it.
I'm sure it isn't, but I'm
Puyallup.
Puyallup.
That is so.
Puyallup.
No, I don't believe that's how you pronounce that. But go on.
I'm sure it's not how you pronounce it, but I've never heard of anything Puyallup in Washington.
Okay.
But first of all, I've only been to Washington State twice,
Okay.
and both times it didn't make a difference where I was. It looked exactly the same.
Okay. So it's very different on the sides of the mountains.
That's
If
true.
you're leeward side,
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Plus the side that's east of the mountain range, they want to join Idaho.
Oh, they're crazy.
Yeah, they want to because they're politically.
Yeah, exactly. They're more
related.
politically aligned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The other ones are all hippies.
Hippie dippies, right?
Hippie dippies.
Mhm.
All right, so here we go. He says, greetings, Dr. Tyson, hailing from, whatever. And he says, the paradigm of time has always fascinated me, especially in regards to how it will shift or evolve after humanity explores the solar system and beyond. How do you think our understanding of time will change on different planets when drifting between stars thanks to time? So I think what he's saying is when we, and how very optimistic of him, when we seed the cosmos with our presence
With ourselves.
and we know that time is different in different places. What will our concept of time be when we're all trying to be in contact with one another in these disparate places?
Okay, I think you added stuff to his question.
Well,
But, all right, okay, but that's fine.
that's what he's saying.
Okay.
That's
So, there is the flow of time, which changes depending on how fast you're moving and how strong is the gravity field you're in.
right.
Say we are orbiting the sun in an Earth gravity field, our time ticks at a particular rate. GPS satellites orbit high up.
Right.
They're in a lower gravity field.
Right.
Their time ticks at a different rate from ours.
Right.
So when it sends us the time, we have to correct it for Einstein's general theory of relativity.
Okay.
Okay. But people don't know that. We're just pulling time out of the sky.
Super cool, man.
It's too. Einstein was a badass.
Yeah, he was.
Is what that is.
Because it's real time and it's not moving at the same rate.
It's not the
That's
same rate,
all there
and
is
it's
to
still
it.
it's no less authentic.
Yeah, and it's no less. It's the actual time.
Actual time.
in both places.
In both places.
Gosh.
Correct.
So crazy.
It's very crazy. Okay. So now you have descended into a gravitational well where to escape, you have to climb back out of it using energy to do so.
Okay.
That's why we think of it as a well. So if we have people living on different mass planets in different gravitational environments, traveling at different speeds around their host planet,
Right.
the measurement of time will be different for all of us.
All of them. Right.
Okay? So you'd have to be careful if you were planning an event that was supposed to happen simultaneously for any one particular viewer. And there's no such thing as simultaneous,
Right.
because it can happen all the same time for you, happen in a different order for someone else,
Right.
depending on their speed relative to you.
So you have to call them and say, all right, let's synchronize our watches.
Synchronize. But then it'll take 1,000 years or whatever for that message to get there. So synchronization will become something much less useful.
Right.
I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah. It just won't be an order that people want to consider because it's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
Right.
You can't use things together if you're separated by light years
Right.
in time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
There you go. So cool. I know why he says that. Though,
And I have a weird off-ramp to this.
Go ahead.
Okay. There's a limit to how big a life form can be, because if it has an itch and it wants to scratch it, if they're really, really, really big, let's say the size of our galaxy, it'll take them like 100,000 years just to scratch it.
That's a long time to itch. I'm telling you right now. Whew.
So there's certain physical limits to how much witty repartee you're going to have with somebody in another place
Right.
across the galaxy. All right.
There you go. There's another question, and I normally don't repeat questions.
What?
But,
You from the same person?
yes.
Really?
And guess who it is?
Who's that from?
Cicero.
I told you.
Cicero
He heard me.
Artefan.
He heard me.
Yes.
And he sent back a second question. Okay.
And he sent a
Let's go
second
through
one. He says, hello, Dr. Tyson. If I were to construct a wormhole, how cautious would I need to be? What could happen if we were to open it in the wrong location? If the other end leads to the vacuum of space, or if it's close to a black hole? Would everything be drawn into the black hole from my wormhole? Could the vacuum of space pull everything surrounding the other side of the wormhole?
Through the wormhole.
Through the wormhole.
Yeah.
I should definitely lose the battle at that point.
Why you gotta think about war? Maybe he's just a peaceful guy eating, a bowl of fruit.
Not with the
the
name
table.
Cicero. Cicero is the name of a conqueror. Cicero Artefan. Fetch me my horse.
And my armor.
Exactly.
That's
Anyway.
These are exactly the things someone would say.
If you open a wormhole and you could place it, would you have to be careful? If you can place the wormhole anywhere, that's the whole point.
I think if you can go through the wormhole, so can other matter, and so could energy and anything else,
Right.
while the portal is open.
Right.
I don't see anything preventing things from... You could even be pulled through the wormhole if
Right.
there's a strong gravity. So yeah, you got to know what the other end of the
Where the
wormhole-
other wormhole is. Yeah.
You got to know in advance
Right.
where you're stepping.
Don't want to end up in the toilet of the galaxy,
Yes,
which is that black hole in the middle.
or anybody's toilet. I'm thinking.
Right.
I'm just thinking.
Exactly.
And so if you can go through, so can other things. So be careful where your wormhole opens first. Second, we currently know of no way to, in a sustained form keep a wormhole open, preventing it from collapsing.
Right.
Because we need a negative gravity substance to pull the fabric of space-time apart.
Right.
And everything we know that substance does is pull it together with the force of gravity.
Right, right.
So this has to be, we need a negative substance. And that might sound like that's crazy talk,
Right.
right? Negative substance gravity. But how different is that from the people who stood flat-footed on Earth, looked up and said, I want to go to the moon.
Right.
And if a future person says, well, you need rocket fuel, what's that?
Exactly.
Well, it's this mythical substance that can launch you from Earth into space to the moon. People look at you like you're crazy.
That's right. Yep. And then you ponder that for a while until somebody comes along and says, we go to the moon because we choose to. We go to the moon and do this, that, and the other thing. Not because it's easy, but because it's hard.
He didn't say this, that, and the other thing.
I know, I put that in there.
That was good, though. That's what he should have said, probably.
Yeah.
Good old JFK.
Yeah, man. The rest of that speech is amazing. I mean, it's just to go to the moon, but it's more about, like, we need to put our priorities in place.
This is the speech he gave at Rice Stadium in Houston.
I guess we should do lightning round because we don't
Lightning
have
round, yeah.
All right,
In fact, I have a gavel they gifted me when I was visiting the Southern District Court of Manhattan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Southern District Court of New York.
They are very important people in the legal world.
I am delighted you didn't ask me why I was in court.
Well,
you have such confidence in my law.
Listen. Yeah, why were you in, like, it would be so funny and be like, why were you in court? Well, clearly, Chuck, I killed someone.
No, stop. It was like,
why were you there?
I gave a talk to the district attorneys and the judges.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they gave me the little gavel.
Okay.
So
and there you go. So when you're done, okay. Lightning round, here we go. This is Christine Tolman. She says, hi, Neil. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm a teacher. What are some good books about the nature of the universe for very young readers? Okay. There's one about a young black kid in Bronx. That's a good one.
Right, there's a book called Look Up With Me,
right?
Which is for you just barely learning how to read, and that's a bio kids book about me. I didn't write it though, but I think I wrote the foreword to it.
Okay.
With a preface or something, and it's got pictures and it shows me learning how to become a scientist at age 9, so it's very early on. But it's a picture book, which by the way was briefly banned in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
In your freaking home state.
Well.
Because in there, they tell the story of when I was on the roof using my telescope I was 13 years old, 14, and then the cops come. Because someone else called the cops because they see this bazooka-looking thing sticking over the roof of my apartment building.
Right.
And they said, must up to be no good.
Right.
And then they come. And I showed them Saturn, and that usually wins them over.
Wow.
You got to do that before they pull their gun and pull the trigger.
I was going to say, yeah. Especially here in New York.
So that one for sure. And then of my best-selling book, the Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, there's a version of that written for tweens.
Okay.
Age 7 to 12.
Battery low. Battery 10%.
There you go.
There it is.
All right.
Both of those, and that's co-written with Gregory Moan. He's really good in transitioning from an adult book to a kid's book. So there it is.
There you go.
Okay, next.
This is Will Holland. He says, hey there, Will from Kentucky here. What's the coolest thing from sci-fi movies or books that you think will actually become a reality in the future? Thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think the entire movie The Matrix.
What?
How do you know you're not just imagining all of this?
Right.
How do you even know that? You don't.
You don't.
Have you ever been living in a dream that was so real you didn't wake up from it? Have you ever been?
You sound a little like Morpheus right there. You really actually...
I'm Morpheus.
Yeah. Very
so
cool.
I kind of like the themes covered in The Matrix.
Nice.
The distinction between your brain's reality and an objective reality and who's in control. Those were fun.
And we're moving towards that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in Star Trek, I think we will have wormholes before we'll have transporters. Because think about it. Wormholes will render transporters obsolete.
Yeah, you don't need them.
I don't have to particle beam you and send you somewhere. Just step through like Rick and Morty.
That's a recurring theme in the Star Trek series, that they're always in search of a stable wormhole.
Oh,
yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
And if they do, then if you can master them, then it's a wormhole transporter.
Right.
You just step through. like a dude who from the Marvel, Doctor Strange.
Right.
And I've said this before. I got to say it again. Okay. Doctor Strange can open a portal, which
Right.
is basically a wormhole, to another place. So too can Rick and Morty, or Rick specifically.
Rick, right.
Okay. The difference is,
Yes.
Doctor Strange uses magic, and Rick uses actual science.
Yes. That's the only difference.
Another one.
Here we go.
Last one. This might be the last one.
Okay,
Okay,
this
go.
is Jarrett Rice. He says, "Hello, Brainiacs." Yeah, Chuck, that includes you too.
Oh, is that a compliment or an insult?
I don't know.
It's okay.
I'm gonna. Wow, Jarrett. I'm gonna take it as a compliment.
Okay.
This is Jarrett from Fontina, California. I've always wondered, can rocky inner planets have rings like Saturn, and would those rings impact the tide bulges?
Oh,
What a nice question.
Ooh.
Way to go there, Jarrett. I like it.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
not a gas giant.
Okay. So, all 4 gas giants have rings.
Yep.
Only one of them is it particularly spectacular, and that is Saturn.
Right.
Calculations that I've seen recently suggest that in the time of the dinosaurs, Saturn might not have had any rings at all.
Look at that.
Or the ring that we see would not have been visible. Right. And that the dynamics of ring systems might be finite, lasting thousands or millions or tens of millions of years, but not a forever thing.
Okay.
Okay. We certainly had a ring when the moon formed.
Right. Earth had a ring.
Yes, we certainly had a ring
Right.
when the moon formed. But what do you think happened to all the particles?
They got sucked up. Well, wait. They became the moon.
They became the moon.
They became the moon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. If you have something there ready to grab whatever is moving by,
Right.
okay, they're all going to see the gravity of this new. And if you have slightly more, the thing how the moon formed, it's a big ring of particles, of rocks, okay, from the collision of Theia with Earth in the early solar system. And if there's a slightly bigger rock than others, it has slightly more gravity than everybody else.
Mm.
So it'll get a few extra particles than you are. Now it has even more gravity
Right.
to get even more particles.
Right.
It's a runaway process. You heard the joke, there's no such thing as gravity, Earth sucks, right? You heard that. Okay. So in orbit, the moon would have sucked up all the particles.
Exactly.
Okay. So now if you look at Saturn, Saturn's ring has gaps in it.
Yes.
Gaps.
Yes.
When we had a good enough resolution to see inside the gaps, there's satellites that cleared out those gaps.
Ah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Tiny satellites.
Yeah,
that
they're like
cleared it
little
out.
moons.
Li-
Yeah.
Little, well, yeah, that's what I meant. Moons that vacuumed up just their
Just
what's
their
in their
little
radius,
part of the
little
ring.
part of the ring, exactly. So we have a big moon relative to our size,
Right.
and that would have just taken the ring out. So you're not going. I don't think you're going to get a fully sustained ring at all.
Okay.
Okay, bada bing.
Boom.
All right, Jeff.
Hey, that was fun.
This has been a Cosmic Queries Star Talk, of course, featuring questions from our Patreon members.
Right.
By the way, the Patreon members not only hear this, they get their own private
Command
performance Q&A.
That's right.
That's behind the
Doesn't
locked
go
box.
out. Does not go out. To
Does
the
not
public.
go out. So if you enjoy this, you can become a Patreon member. There's even more of it behind the wall.
Absolutely.
All right. So Chuck, good to see you, man.
Always good to see you.
Thanks for coming. We're back in
the cosmic crib, baby.
back in the Cosmic
Back
Crib.
in the cosmic crib.
So that's a wrap, Chuck.
All right.
All right, we out.
We are out.
Neil deGrasse Tyson here, as always, your personal astrophysicist. Keep looking up. Hey, YouTuberverse. Coming up next, Star Talk, Cosmic Queries, the Deep Edition. This is Star Talk. I'm your host, Neil deGrasse Tyson, your personal astrophysicist, and I got with me Chuck Nice.
Hey, Neil.
Chuck, today it's Cosmic Queries. That's one of our favorite forms
Everybody
of this
loves it.
show. Everybody love it.
Everybody love it.
Everybody love it.
Everybody love it.
Everybody love it. And we are, in fact, educated people.
I know. My mom is spinning in her grave right now.
So, but this is a Cosmic Queries of a topic we've never solicited before.
No, we have not.
Yeah. What?
And the topic is the deep space, deep thoughts,
Deep
the
questions.
deep questions.
Well, Chuck, you got to give it in your deepest voice.
Okay, here we go.
And by the way, we did this once.
Yes, we did.
And I think I think I beat you by a half a tone or something.
Yeah.
Just barely. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Here we go.
All right.
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts.
Yeah, you got me already. Yeah. See, I got to drink scotch the night before.
and smoke a cigar.
Yeah, I got to smoke a cigar
The
and
smoke
drink some
and
scotch.
the alcohol just fix
Right.
that right up.
But then it becomes like a deep voice and like somewhat Harvey Firestein.
Raspy.
Yeah,
it
it's
becomes
like
raspy.
deep thoughts.
Thoughts.
Oh my God.
If you put on the accent.
It's a deep thought.
Thoughts. The Scotch doesn't give you the Harvey Firestein accent.
That'd be pretty cool if it did. A couple scotches.
Deep. All right.
Someone call me an Uber. I've had too much to drink.
Deep.
All right.
All right, let's get deep.
Let's
and I
get
like deep thoughts because
deep thoughts.
usually there isn't a right answer, so you just get to sort of play with it and see where it takes you.
Yeah, man.
All right.
So this is deep
All right.
questions only.
All right, let's do it.
So
Solicited from our fan base?
it's from our fan base, and as usual, we start with a Patreon patron because they're fans that pay us. And nothing says fandom like a check.
All right.
By the way,
There are different levels you can be a Patreon.
Yes, the way Patreon
What's the
works,
lowest level? It's like
$5 a month. Actually, you can go down to $2.
$2 a month.
But we really want you to come in at $5 so that you can get the perks of getting our videos and being able to get extra content. And
we revamped that.
And
recently.
we read your names.
I don't remember what's in the list. One of them, I think, you come on the show.
Yes, that's
We
the 5.
put you on Star Talk.
Yes, you come on the show and you are a guest on the show.
Right, and you get to ask all the questions you want.
That's cool, man. You know what I would do?
We didn't say whether we'd actually air it.
Oh, that's so wrong.
No, we do. Of course. We do.
By the way, wouldn't that be the ultimate like rip off?
Yeah, the opening.
It's like, so when can I expect to see this? Oh, you can. Yeah, unfortunately. All right, so let's go with our Patreon patron, and here's the question from Jonathan Wax. And Jonathan says, or asks, what boggles your mind more than the thought of endless time or the thought of endless space? So it's impossible to truly contemplate endless time because you would spend the rest of your existence doing so.
Well, here's two things boggle me.
Okay.
There's a beautiful frontier of research going on in the field of neuroscience.
Ooh, interesting.
So I have two questions related to that boggle my mind.
Okay. Write these down.
Can the human brain figure out the human mind?
That's a great
If
question.
it is the human brain
that actually creates the
that
human
creates the human mind.
mind. That's a good question.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or do you need something outside of that?
Right.
That is greater, smarter, different, so that it can come in and then understand that as its own test kitchen.
Wow.
Now,
So-
Carl Sagan has famously said
Go ahead.
that humans are the universe's way to understand itself
The universe is understanding itself through human beings.
through humans. Correct. Without humans, there'd be no thoughts
Right.
to do that. But, however, that elevates us higher than I'm prepared to do so.
You
Okay.
think so? Yeah.
Because who says we are the measure of what is intelligent in this universe?
Well, we do.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So
that statement, that Carl Sagan statement, is kind of like a cosmological Descartes. That's like the universe, the Descartes.
I think therefore I am
yes,
kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
But it's like we think, therefore you are.
Yeah. Oh, Chuck.
Every once in a while, I'll do something.
We think therefore you are.
Right.
Rather than I think therefore I am.
Yeah.
Oh, Chuck, that was beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
We should end the show right now. 'Cause we ain't surpassing that time. Thank you for watching Star Talk.
Exactly.
It's downhill from here. Wait, so I wonder whether there is a level of intelligence out there where we are to they what chimpanzees are to us.
That's interesting. So,
For example,
oh, that's terrible.
Wait.
Oh, I hope not.
Well, you can go to a chimpanzee and say, tomorrow morning at 8:30, let's go to Starbucks and have a cup of coffee. Nothing in that sentence makes any sense to a chimpanzee.
Right.
or ever will.
I'm pretty sure there's a chimp Starbucks. I'm just pretty sure there is a chimp Starbucks somewhere. I'm just saying.
You think Starbucks figured out how to make a chimp
Starbucks has got to be selling chimps coffee somehow, some way.
Is that why they're so hyper at the zoo?
Exactly. You know what I mean? You go to get your coffee, and it's just like, Curious George? Curious George? Decaf latte for Curious George. Okay, sorry.
All right.
But go ahead.
Wait. Wait. Here's why I say that. And I've said this many times. I've written it, and I will tell you to your face now.
All right, good.
So there's about 1% difference in DNA between humans and chimps. Yet we like to think of ourselves as
highly superior
intellectually to the chimp.
Right.
Maybe the difference in our brain power is as small as that 1% indicates.
Ugh.
So that pulling termites out of a mound with a stick that was carefully chosen from a branch,
right,
is from a bush, maybe that is not very far from
space travel.
The Hubble telescope. Right. No, wait, think about it. No, I know this sounds crazy. No, think about it. Maybe.
Oh, look at those cute little humans in their telescopes.
That's what I'm saying.
Up there. Look at that. Is that a space shuttle that they just launched?
Okay, so now watch. The smartest chimp that are studied in labs,
right,
that are brought forward into chimp societies,
right?
You bring them forward, and what do? They'll stack boxes to reach a banana.
Mm-hmm.
They might put up an umbrella. They'll do some things, okay, have rudimentary sign language. Our toddlers can do that.
Right.
But those are the smartest chimps.
Right.
But our toddlers do that.
Same thing with dogs.
Well,
dogs have about.
I know. I could do this example for dogs as well, but chimps is simpler
because they're closer to us.
Even closer. So watch.
Gotcha. See what you're doing.
You see where I'm going? Okay, so watch. If the smartest chimp equals our toddler, and there's only 1% difference in DNA between us,
right?
Let's go 1% beyond us.
Ooh, that's scary.
That's what I'm saying. If we go 1% beyond us in that same vector of intelligence,
they're traveling at the speed of light.
Then
they've figured out light travel.
Then the smartest human, they'll roll forward. They'll take Stephen Hawking, and they'll say this human is slightly smarter than the rest because he can do astrophysics calculations in his head,
right?
Like little Timmy over here who just came home from alien preschool,
right?
The toddler,
right?
And they say, oh, you just composed a sonnet. Isn't that cute? Let's put it up on the refrigerator. Oh, you just derived the principles of calculus. Oh, isn't that cute?
Oh, that's funny.
So if the smartest human does what their toddlers can do,
right,
their average people will have thoughts. They will have sentences that will rise above and beyond our most brilliant capacity to understand. And I stay awake at night wondering whether the universe has complexities in it that are out of reach of the neurosynapses of the human brain.
Wow.
That's my answer.
So there's information out there that we just cannot conceive or perceive.
We don't even know how to access
that right,
about it.
To get an answer.
Correct.
We don't know the answer. We don't know the question to get an answer.
Right. And not that we don't know it because we haven't been told it yet.
No, we just can't conceive it.
Can't conceive it. You go to a chimp and say, what would it be?
Oh, something as simple as navigating the stars to get someplace. Right. Chimps can't do that.
Stars? What? Navigate? What?
Right.
What? Spaceship? What? Rocket? Fuel? What? None of that. None of it. You can't even have that conversation.
Right.
So that's my point.
Now I'm thinking that this whole thing might be some type of science experiment by some alien kid now.
Yes.
That just.
Why not?
Ugh.
We are all a simulation in an alien kid's basement who hasn't moved out of the house yet.
That's so funny.
This is Mike.
We're the Minecraft of some other alien
Minecraft.
kid.
Yes.
Wow. Man.
And then when things get too peaceful and stable, they stir the pot. They throw in a politician, a war, a crazy person, throwing things, and then, now it's entertaining. So we're just entertainment for...
This is the best video game. Okay. Wow. That's a great answer to what boggles your mind. That's a really... Ugh.
It doesn't so much boggle my mind, it upsets my mind.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's very upsetting.
Are we not?
I'm mad. I don't even know why.
Here's my one out.
What? Go ahead.
Because For humans, our knowledge is
I
cumulative.
So true.
I snoozed.
You don't have to invent calculus. Somebody else did that.
Right.
You just have to
Use it. Right.
Learn it and use it.
Right.
So I have the feeling that we are, every next generation that has sort of brilliant people contributing to our understanding of the universe, they're adding a rung to a ladder.
Right.
And then we all sort of climb up that, and then just get that next rung. And then climb that. And then the next rung.
Well, with that in mind, I think that the next evolutionary step for human beings is that we will create an intelligence greater than our own. That's really the deal.
This scares the hell out of everyone.
Yeah.
Because that intelligence will say, we don't need you.
You know what? And we'd have to say you're right.
That's what happened in the Matrix.
Yeah.
You're a virus on this earth.
Mr. Anderson. I smell you, Mr. Anderson.
No, he was smelling Morpheus.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Get your Matrix. If you're gonna go there in front of me,
I'm in front of the wrong.
That's my favorite movie.
That's true.
Don't even.
Yes, he was talking to Morpheus when he was tied up in the chair.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the smell.
You know what? You got to have some really serious BO for a computer to tell you stink. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, let's
get through the electronics into the.
Right. So this is Alex Gregg 56 from Instagram, and Alex Gregg says this: if the universe needs not make any sense to us, then what is the point of doing science? Is science not in fact a discipline of trying to grasp what's around us? By the way, is this statement not equal to the old one, which is, God has his reason to make it that way, so just don't ask.
Ooh, which I never heard that expression. But that the shorter version of that is, God works in mysterious ways.
That is so true.
Yeah, when you can't explain it,
you can't. God, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
Right, and if you can explain it using God, then you do. Right? Oh, God has blessed you. You blessed God. Something, then there's a tsunami, takes out 250,000 people.
God hates you.
No one says that.
No one says that. Why don't we say that? We should say that. I want to start saying, you know what? I think God hates you.
Well, the most hateful God in our culture is the one represented on insurance forms.
Oh, that's so true.
Acts of God.
Acts of God.